Good evening.
Evening.
You just make sure that the microphone is close enough to you so we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we are having an event at Woodward Academy on the 10th of January, and it will be over at 6 p.m., and we would like to serve some beer and wine.
Sure. I'm with Louisiana Bistro, and we'd be taking care of the event over there.
All right. Questions? Anyone? Councilmember McKenzie, we'll start with you.
No questions.
Councilmember Carn? Any questions?
No.
Councilmember Arnold?
No questions.
Councilmember Gay?
No question.
All right. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Got a presentation on Unity Day, but I don't see Dr. Chisulo here.
John Ross.
Okay.
This is the time of the season. Good evening, Mayor, Council,
Good evening.
Good evening.
and city managers and city attorney. All right, today's agenda, we want to talk a little bit about. Thank you very much. Back here. Okay. We want to share, first of all, I'd like to apologize on behalf of Dr. Chisulo Janaku, who was really set to do the presentation, was not able to come and do the presentation for today. So they asked me to stand in instead. So whenever I come before you, there's always some confusion about who I am. Am I Dr. Von Laney? Am I John Ross? Who are that guy that keep coming down here talking like that? So Unity Day the Unity Day is built around that concept. Starting on the inside, unifying on the inside as opposed to outside. So I want to start with human culture, unifying from that perspective, and then come back to what's up here. So I am known in the social world as Dr. Von Laney, a scientist who studies the human culture to improve self and solve problems and make a difference in the lives of women and children. Von Laney means to allow, to accept things as they are and make peace everywhere I go. Ajanaku means use the wisdom of my name, use the wisdom of my mind and teachings to solve problems for poverty and problems dealing with inequity of wealth confronting women and children. Until I legally change my name, those who get to know me in business will refer to me as John Ross. Those who know me from solving social problems will call me Von Laney. The only meaning within the name John Ross, as we say in human culture, is to go to school, be a good boy, go to school, get a good job, and be a good boy. Well, I don't want to do that anymore. So please don't get confused when some people may call me Von Laney, others may call me John Ross. I'm in the middle of the transformation. I'm in the middle of unifying on the inside and addressing, as I address economic and social problems. And so the human culture, the first step to unity is to unite within yourself and then to work others. Unity Day is an initiative that has grown from the intent of Mayor and City Council to further the community engagement initiatives along with local participation in College Park. For the first time in history, College Park has established a community engagement budget from which there are a series of community-based initiatives designed to bring College Park together, such as the Citywide Festival, the Chess Pavilion, doing business with College Park Workshop, Producing Men We Hate session, the gas giveaway, the turkey giveaway, doing business with College Park Workshop, and the Christmas tree lighting, the senior Thanksgiving dinner, and of course the upcoming Christmas parade. All of these are wonderful opportunities that you all have created for all citizens in College Park to come together and unite by serving as one. So Unity Day is an initiative that continues to grow. We want to raise, United Action wants to raise the awareness of creating the opportunity to unite. Of course, We wish we had the magic power or the magic wand to force people to unite, but all that we can do is create opportunity for people to unite here in College Park. So we're going to raise the vibration, raise the level of participation. In fact, Mayor and Council, y'all are doing an outstanding job of uniting College Park, providing opportunities for people to serve, providing opportunity for people who've been left out or lost of the least of these to become a part of this organization. They've not had the opportunity to do that before. So today I want to focus on uniting College Park through a series of activities under the theme of walking toward unity in faith. Faith means to go into your mind and create unity that you're seeking. The dictionary defines unity as a God-given oneness that respects diversity, grounded in love. Truly, that's what College Park is about. Arguably, College Park would be one of the most united places, city today that incorporated in 1891. Let's start in mind with a principle. College Park, especially Mayor and City Council, are united in two simple principles. Everybody counts and counts everybody. Care for everybody with no respect of person, title, or position, right? We're united over that. College Park is united over the fact that business as usual must change. It cannot continue as it has from 1891 until now. To quote Councilman Karn from the Concerned Black Clergy, College Park does 2% or less business with minority and or African Americans, whereas 7% of the population is African American, with 50 to 60% of those surviving below the poverty level. The majority of the population of College Park has been left out of the prosperity equation. The majority of the population of College Park has been left out of the distribution of the wealth. So for the first time in history, perhaps since 1891 incorporation, College Park has the majority, College Park has majority vote, has a majority unifying vote to eliminate the disunity in College Park with community engagement initiatives to include and respect the diversity of the least of those, the lost, and the left out. United Action argues that College Park is more united today than ever before in history. So United Action has, coming out of the Community Engagement Initiative, have proposed that we consider what opportunities can we offer to unite people more, to raise the vibration of unity, to raise the thoughts of unity, to change the mindset, to adjust the mindset to be more united. So a series of activities we talk about to lead up to December 26th. December 26th has been set aside as a day of unity, a day to be able to as a day that culminates into celebrating unity. On that particular day, there are two key activities that are involved for opportunity to unite. One would be a prayer, being able to pray. This gives the church an opportunity to get involved with prayer. We're encouraging others to pray, not in the church, not in City Hall, but right where you are. You can pray right where you are. So we're going to encourage prayer throughout College Park. And of course, that was a prayer that was at the beginning here as to what the things that we will be promoting and encouraging in terms of the prayer of College Park. On that day, we would like to give Mayor and Council an opportunity to come out and be a part and promote unity on that day through a press conference, to encourage College Park right where you are to unite, right where you are to give your prayer, right where you are to even say words of affirmation toward unity. These are things that raises the vibration and create more opportunity for people to unite. So as we lead up to December 26th, which is also celebrated in Kwanzaa as a day of unity, but as we lead up to that, we are scheduling a series of activities here. One of the activities that we've already were a part of was the turkey giveaway, where we decided to just serve You know, you have to be really invited to serve. Where people doing things for the community, to share with others, you can just serve. We encourage people to serve. We want to do it by example, serving. We serve at the turkey giveaway, and other activities as well. So that's one. And then in addition to that, we were working with Main Street to involve the businesses in a unique activity of uniting in College Park. So as we get ready to close, in terms of unity and raising the vibration and opportunities for unity in College Park, we'd like to ask Mayor and Council to consider selecting someone in each one of the wards so that the committee can also then reflect all of the wards, therefore representative reflect all of the people in College Park, which create another, at least another opportunity for unity in College Park by representing all of the people in College Park. So today we would offer Mayor and Council an opportunity to select someone from the city at large and from each ward that will serve on the Unity Steering Committee as we work toward the culmination of the higher level of vibration opportunity of unity in College Park on December 26th.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
We'll start with Councilmember McKenzie.
I don't have any questions, but of course, I'm very excited about what United Action is doing in our city. Unity, where there is unity, there is strength. But where there is division, things fall apart. And we are a city that deserves to be strong, to be vibrant, and for everybody. You know, unity brings joy. You know what I'm saying? Division brings, feelings of just anger and depression. And so I want to thank you all for pressing this, because this is something that United Action actually came before this council a couple of years ago, wanting to get this project. I wish we could have had it before but better late than never. And so I want to commend you, Dr. Chisulo, and Dr. Bomilani, yourself, and all those persons. We do have a few members from the Ward 1 community that are serving on the steering committee. If you would like more, I will definitely open it up. There's, you can't have too many people when we're looking at promoting good. So I just want to thank you. You have my full support. I'm actually flying back on Christmas Day evening so that I can be there on the next day so that I can participate in this, because guess what? College Park is worth it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Councilman.
Councilman Burkhardt.
Thank you. Great presentation. Looking forward to some positive outcomes. Unity is so important. I think this year has been shown more than ever how important unity is. You know, there's a myth that goes around that a lot of majority African American cities are somewhat designed to fail in some aspect or another. But I think that is literally just that, a myth. And we are making the changes to make sure that this city is successful and prospering in all ways. And a big part of that means us all working together up here and unifying. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. But at the end of the day, the residents are looking to us for leadership and figuring out ways that we can unify in ways that things can work. Not sitting up here figuring out every reason why something can't work. So we need to change the narrative, change the perspective, and change an attitude of positivity towards how we can make this happen, as opposed to every reason why something can't happen. So we're going to move forward and make progress on this. I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to more unification throughout the end of this year and throughout all of 2025.
Councilmember Arnold.
Thank you for the information, the presentation. I'm looking forward to the upcoming activities and events.
Councilmember Gay.
Yes, sir, I concur. Great presentation. I'm here to support you as well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Councilmember McKenzie, I think the next item is yours.
Yes, the next item is being presented by Ms. Holly Rodriguez on a senior assistance and community garden program that we are kicking off in Ward 1. It's a budgeted item under my community enhancements. It does not necessarily require a vote of the council because we are under the threshold financially, but I wanted Ms. Rodriguez to come and to share with us about this project so that the community would be aware. So, Ms. Holly?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me. The purpose of this program is to teach seniors two things for seniors. One is to teach them and help them with technology, cell phones, tablets, email. It may seem so easy, but it's not as easy for everyone. I was sharing before, my mother has a friend and she got a job and she's in her 70s and they told her she had to clock in and out on her phone, and it was the hardest thing in the world for her to have to do. She was like freaking out, and I'm like, I wonder how many other seniors are going through this, because we just think it's so simple, but it's really not as simple for everyone. So I think it's something that needs to be addressed, and in our city, I think it would be great to have a good program where we can give them one-on-ones and teach the seniors how to navigate through this process. And of course, with someone that they can trust, because you can't just say, hey, can you show me how to do this, to anyone, with the climate we have nowadays. Another thing is a community garden. Just to learn how to resource fresh vegetables and fruits, and to have a place where they can get healthy eggs and fruits and vegetables, and get out and network with the community and have just fun. Some seniors used to have backyard gardens, and to just learn and teach the youth somewhere where they can bring their grandkids and their children to just have fun and relax. I met one senior when I was out gardening, and she says, you inspire me to come out and do this, and I just want to learn more. And I'm like, well, we need to have a program to where more seniors can enjoy that. And she says, yeah, I just get out and walk, because other than that, I sit in the house and I'm just so depressed, so I just think this would be an awesome program. Thank you for listening.
Councilmember McKenzie?
Of course. I'm always saying that I'm excited. Y'all, I stay on 100. I stay excited, and I just see so many possibilities in our city. And Holly, we met to talk about one thing, and it evolved into something totally different. Many of you may not be aware that we have two computer labs that are being established in Ward 1, one at the Brady Center and one at Conley. And I wanted, this was my intention in the atmosphere, is that I want to do something for seniors in that computer lab. Mm-hmm. And so as you and I started talking about your passion and your experience, so it's not just you, she doesn't just have a passion, the lady is qualified, and your expertise, and it was just like, wow, so you put a positive intention out, and I just want to thank you for stepping up to the plate. We asked that you would put together a proposal. You had it done with less than 24 hours, and I just think this is a wonderful opportunity for our seniors, that especially this program is going to be held at the Brady Center in our computer lab there. We already have several seniors that come out on a regular basis, weekly and some daily, and we're working on where the community garden is going to be. But thank you again. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. Thank you for being a true stakeholder in the city of College Park.
Thank you.
Councilmember Carn?
All right, thank you. Tell me your name again.
Holly Rodriguez.
Holly, okay. Great program, amazing, good stuff. Again, doing new things in this city is paramount. Our community centers that we have, I've seen in other cities and other places where those centers are designed in a way to truly change lives completely. We've got great recreation centers, but the community center concept, we have yet to even begin to maximize the reason for having those buildings in the community. And once we set a few parameters in place, make adjustments to programming to serve the needs of the residents where they are, with their current needs and the type of programming that they want to see, coming from their needs, coming from their perspective, and from their opinion on how things need to be and the needs that they see that they're looking for. I think we're just touching the tip of a much larger perspective in terms of reprogramming these community centers to respond to the residents a little bit more directly. So I think this is a good start in terms of rearranging things in a way that really count to change people's daily lives. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
Councilmember Arnold?
Thank you. Excellent presentation. And I can relate with the senior citizens needing assistance with utilizing technology. I have a few of those in my family, and they have no idea what to do with a smartphone, so I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Gay?
Yes, ma'am. The only thing I would recommend or make a referral is that there is a community garden in Ward 1 that y'all could potentially partner with. It's part of the Metro Urban Farm, but they have a community garden. And I can give you some advice. Seniors are not gardening like you think they are. They'll watch you garden. but that would be my only advice.
Yes, and just to touch on that, I actually I interned with Mr. Bobby all last year.
Yes.
So yes, I know him, his wife, and his farm very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is a part of where the direction we were going to go. And we're just trying to determine getting the seniors there. So, but yes, we're on the same page.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
Is that it? Or is there one more? Is there one more? Oh, that's right. Councilmember Gay, that's a staff-wide training for C-Click Fix.
City Manager, just a quick point of order. I believe our city clerk is supposed to be sounding the agenda. So I didn't know if you were aware, but we want to make sure that you're sounding that agenda for us.
Yeah, well, I said it this time. All right, I think we're good.
We want to
Appreciate it.
follow the guidelines and make sure that the city clerk is sounding the agenda.
Thank you,
So-
Councilmember Carr, and I appreciate it.
right.
Councilmember Gay, the floor is yours.
Oh, I'm gonna need the IT director assistance on this one. So I'll just kick it off by saying I introduced iNotify a couple years ago. We met them at one of the conferences, and iNotify is an app that basically anybody can download it and take a picture of a deficiency and route it to various departments. The pushback we had was that staff, citywide staff, did not want to train on it. And what I had thought is that when I worked at the airlines with Southwest, one thing I noticed every time that they get equipment or a new procedure like de-icing the plane wings or a new belt loader or anything that involves, because what a lot of people don't realize, those aircrafts are like $100 million, and you got people riding around them all day, but they never get damaged, and people seldom get hurt. And what attributes to that is they do a lot of training, and the training is done in a way that doesn't appear to be intimidating or bothersome. The way I've noticed that they do it is that their IT people somehow bring departments into a work area, and somehow you can't get out of the program unless you pass the, at least you get 80%.
Mm-hmm.
But what that does is that, and then the last thing I'll say is, I used to work for the Department of Agriculture in Kansas when I was much younger. And no, this was when I worked at the Yeah, Florida. The Department But we used to identify this thing called citrus canker. I'm gonna get to I notify and what that means was that why would the agriculture department pay people to go and walk around Florida to look for diseases on trees in people's yards? And what I learned was that the citrus industry is $1 billion industry. And it just be one tree that somebody brought and planted in their yard and turn a disease, almost like the Newcastle disease as in poultry. So I said all that to say this. Going forward in 2025, I would hope that we could look at an opportunity to train our staff, as well as our directors, as well as our citizens, to start doing centralized reporting. It'll eliminate duplicate of services. It'll hold everyone accountable. No one can say, well, I thought you were supposed to do it, I thought that was you. And it'll just make us more efficient and have a much more vibrant and quality of city. Is there anything you want to add to that, Director?
No, Councilman Gay, I think you're spot on it. So, sir, I need some teeth from you to make sure people take this training once we set it up. And we can set it up quarterly, but they've got to take the training. We got close to 100 people who've been trained already who's not using it. So he's correct. When we get people use it, it'll be much more efficient.
No problem, Mike.
One of the things I would say, as far as a check and balance, is to do some tests.
Okay.
Where I was going with that thing about the job is that they would flag a house, a residence house throughout the county, and the directors knew the flag was there, but if you were to go and to that person's yard and that flag was there, then you didn't go in their yard, or you missed that yard. So you could implement some, Michael, you could implement some stuff that make the training a little bit more robust.
I got it circled. Maybe I'll start with inspections, doing some testing with them. I'll come up with some ideas and let you know. But we get some teeth, we can make
And you should have them to come down here. See Clicks Fix?
I'm sorry?
I see you got them on the agenda that we're renewing the.
Yes, sir.
You should
Yeah.
bring them down here and let them tell us about their app, the day design.
Okay. Well, we've had it up for over a year now, and so what I put in the packet was probably information overload. I gave you 6 different documents here. One document showing all the people who are registered, who've been trained. Another document showing, here's how you sign up. Another document showing, here's what you do if you have an issue. You can call our main number. Our receptionist up front will write down your information and transfer you to the right department. I also sent you guys a report back in October showing here's what's happening all around the city. So we've got a good plan. We just got to get people to use it. And I think that's what Councilman Gay is talking about. Decentralized reporting. He's been preaching that for years. We've had it, but people got to use it.
And,
Councilmember Hart, go right ahead.
And I want to say something too.
And city manager, yeah, I agree with Michael and Councilmember Gay. The centralized reporting thing, that's a game changer. I mean, we really gotta, you can't have effective city programs unless the staff is truly trained in the programs. And I understand, how folks are reluctant to have to learn new things. The older I get, the less new you want to do. But city manager, this is going to be a requirement of holding the job. If you're going to hold a job in this city, and that just does not mean going to training. That means knowing how to competently run the program and whatnot. And that second half of it for the residents, communications, the communications department also needs to be very, very involved in this for the public. And communications needs to simplify the process for the public, even more so than the process for the staff.
Yeah.
So we need explanations of See, Click, Fix, and it needs to be simple instructions.
Sure.
Step 1, step 2,
Right.
step 3. That's it, easy.
If
where
I can respond.
everybody can understand it. So this
Sure.
we want to
Well,
make sure.
Our communication department did a yeoman's job of putting together a video, a step-by-step video. Here's what you do if you see a red light that's out, an abandoned car, grass is too high, step 1, 2, 3, 4. And the residents, they've been putting in the information. Unfortunately, the staff just haven't been as useful as they could be.
All right, well, let's work on it.
Councilmember McKenzie?
Yes. Well, I'm bringing maybe a little softer touch here. I'm an incentive person as well. I think that a lot of times when we're asking our staff and employees to do something that may not be specifically related to the task or the job that they have, the desire or the interest in doing that is not as great. And so I know we don't have human resources here, but I'd also like to look into some, it doesn't have to be a financial, but just maybe we can create some, because this is not the only thing that may require training in internal in-house training or renewed training. There's so many things that we do that we have to go through training every year or every few months. And so I don't know if we can build in, just maybe something to investigate how we could build in some type of an incentive program where once a person has done this or they've been using the app, or they go for those who haven't gotten training, you get training, maybe some kind of a point system. I think that would be very helpful. And then the other thing is we have to also understand is that if you don't use something, you lose it, So one of the reasons, so getting people to, once they get that training, to have some experiences, consistent experiences with using the app or whatever it is. Because then it becomes, we got the video, and that was a great video. Those were just my thoughts, maybe looking into, because there is a need for even probably more in-house training, not just with this, but in different areas in the city, and how can that can make our employees even greater than they already are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if we were giving Councilman Gay the report that he asked about, we probably wouldn't be here, because he's been asking for reports from inspections, IT. We give you guys reports.
Well, I've read
Hold on 1 second. Councilmember Gay, Councilmember Arnold was next.
Oh, I am sorry. I didn't look to my right.
That's okay.
I'm about to go in at him.
Well, come on.
So does the system, or does our HR system have a panel or some way to be able to identify the trainings that individuals need? For example, someone who is working in customer service, I'm just using this one for example, may not necessarily need the same type of training as someone who is in public works.
Right.
And are we keeping track of who's taken what training, so that their immediate supervisor or manager, when they're having their regular one-on-ones or staff meetings, they can say to them, hey, I see that you still haven't taken XYZ training.
Yeah, so that's something I'll partner with HR on.
Yeah, if there's a way, then that may make the whole process a little bit easier for the staff, especially for the managers and supervisors, because then they can target who might need some assistance, or who may need some training, some additional training in utilizing the tool.
Well, we also offer free training classes for staff as professional development. And again, we just got to get them to class.
Yeah, I think that Councilwoman McKenzie made a valid point as far as the incentives are concerned, but also targeting who, having just a blanket training for everybody to go to, and there is absolutely no interest or it's not related to their job.
Okay.
The likelihood is that you're going to have low participation. But if it is targeted to what I do day in, day out, then you may see that there is more interest there.
I told them, Stuart.
All right, thank you.
Councilmember Gay?
Well, the incentive at the airport gives you is that you get fired. And you lose your good job, your flight benefits, your health insurance. Because they didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't say, please come on and train. It wasn't even like that. It counts. If Roger Gay, you have not been to training. If you're not at training by next week, you don't work for us anymore, because again, those are $100 million aircrafts. The second thing, Michael, I tell you is that I think that all staff need to be trained because of the mattress. The mattress that was on Camp Creek, Maine. Councilmember Cohen know what I'm talking about. So a mattress sat out on the right-of-way for a month. The city manager drove by the mattress. I drove by the mattress. My colleagues drove by the mattress. Every department director drove by the mattress. People going to MARTA drove by the mattress. So I asked my wife one day, I said, is there anybody in this city care about this one mattress? It was a big mattress. So my point in saying that is not to be jovial, but the point is that anybody has a responsibility of wanting to see it. That's litter. With our officers, they do an amazing job. But if you look at the screen time on everybody's phone, I bet you there's enough time for anybody to if you working at night and you're there and a street light is out. I have to call power I have to do my own ward lights. I have to drive around my own ward and report my own lights, but you got people who work at night. If they were, and it's not just a matter of being trained, it's a culture. It's a matter of working together cohesively. Okay. It's a work ethic. It's a pride. So I don't want to make it as an excuse. I want to see a effort going forward because we save money when we report centralized reporting. Okay. And we don't duplicate services. I see respectful. I love my staff. I see 4 or 5 guys riding in the truck at Family Dollar going in the store. Now, I'm not trying to throw them on the bus, but hell, they could be taking their phone. I had to stop today on Old National to talk to WorkSource about pulling up signs on Old National. That ain't my job, Michael. I had to have a conversation with WorkSource about, will you please help us pull signs, the roofers. Then you go further down, right by the gas station, all that litter. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Okay. Let's not talk fancy. Let's make this
I got the marching orders.
And get this thing on
I got the marching orders from you.
Councilman
Okay,
Gay.
I want to
Hold on one
respond
second.
to that.
Councilmember McKenzie and then Councilmember Carn.
Okay, so I hear what Councilman Gay is saying, and I don't disagree, but I do have something else that, again, in terms, I just want to clarify, at the airport and with the airlines, that training is usually directly related to the job that you perform. My comment is that when we start requiring or we want to see behaviors or whatever in our employees that are not necessarily a part of their job description. Yes, the way I grew up and the way other people, some may grow up, is if you see something, you say something. If you see a mattress I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna make a phone call. But we are dealing with another generation. We're dealing with people that may not see things that way. And sometimes you have to look at a way to help them see things. So I would not say that unless when they're hired, it becomes a part of their job description. One way is, I guess, all of our department heads could make our staff members aware of the fact that we want to make sure that they are using the C-Click-Fix program. That's an easy fix right there. But at the same time, I think that if we really want to get it used, I worked with the police department for 7 years in this city, okay? 3 or 4, maybe 5 different chiefs of police. And I've seen, even with officers, we have the officer that, and I'm just giving it as an example because I'm looking at Denard, the officer that might have been out on the streets or went through training 20 years ago is different from the person that got hired last week, okay? It's a new world, and we have to be willing as a city I can't go with the way that I was raised. I got to look at what this current generation needs, because that's what our city is going to need. And the other thing that I want to say, and I'm going to probably put this in one of the agendas in the new year, is I'd like to see a total, some type of overhaul when it comes to communications, not our communication department, but communications in the city of College Park, meaning us connecting with each other. I've heard Councilwoman Arnold mention this. It's been mentioned, and how do we have systems that are letting us know where employees are in terms of their training? I mean, it's too much disconnectedness. As a council, as a governing body, we have events on the same exact days and the same times, and we don't communicate with each other. There needs to be a calendar out that we all can see what is going on. We talk about transparency, and we need to do better in terms of letting each other know what's going on. So I would like City Manager to see us look into how we as a city, and Mr. Crane as well, we need your help, how we as a city can do better in getting our messaging through, getting information from one department to the next department, from one council member to the next council member. We had an issue even tonight with the event, the Light Up the City. The time of this meeting was changed to 6:30. And we don't have a system that you could just push a button and everybody gets the message, okay? So, and I'm just saying, I know that we can do better in terms of how we communicate. So rather than to gripe about it and complain, let's start working on a system that will help us. Like I said, and I'm going to stop right now, but I've been wanting from February to just be able to look at council meetings and what we voted on, and to know what the status of the things that I have voted on as a council member, where they are. And I think that should be a simple fix, a button that we push. So I'd like to see our city automated. I'd like to see our communications plan revived, where we all are getting the messaging that we need and that will help us to move forward as a city.
Councilmember Carn?
I definitely agree. I know one council member spoke of a master calendar of some sort, so the department heads are on the same page. One of the biggest gripes I've had over the years up here is that department heads are not talking and coordinating with each other enough. This is how you get overlapping times on the same day for different events and so on and so forth. We can't operate in silos, and city manager has done a good job in eliminating some of that silo mentality, but we still have a ways to go on it. Department heads should be talking to each other each and every single day that they're at work. We talked about incentives. There are also other incentives. It's called a paycheck. We pay our staff very well, and we have rich benefits for our staff members, and we're increasing those benefits with every other meeting. We got another benefit coming tonight that no other city has for employees. None in this area. But in terms of SeeClickFix, it's something that has to be done, and we have to improve that. It's another piece of equipment that every staff member has, and you have to be able to operate your equipment effectively to operate this city effectively. And if you can't operate your equipment, just like he said, out at the airport. I used to work out at the airport years ago. If you can't operate that equipment and are trained in it, they're not going to let you get on it. And it's actually more than just litter, and whatnot. Those type of oversights that Councilmember Gay spoke about, those promote blight. And that's a far bigger picture than just litter alone. I want the residents to understand what we're trying to do here, and that we have been doing this year. We're raising the bar, and that's going to take some growing pains. And but we have to keep moving forward. And also with the job descriptions, I believe every single job description that we have includes something along the lines of, and any additional duties required of your job. That's in every job description. And department heads, I'm talking to y'all. You need to make sure your staff understands the extra duties that come with this responsibility here. So city manager, make it clear. And starting next year, again, we're raising the bar and the expectations are going to go up. Just like we gave y'all raises and your salary went up. Well, those expectations go up with those raises. So, yeah.
Councilmember Arnold?
So, a question for you, Mike. Know before that training. If someone doesn't take that training, what happens?
I notify their department head one time, second time, and then the third time we disconnect their account.
Their account to log into their computer?
Yes.
All right, so maybe that's the incentive. Maybe it's something like that with the C-Click Fix, right? Where if someone hasn't taken their required trainings, not just know before, but whatever other trainings they need to perform their job, that they start to lose access to whatever it is that they need to get into. And maybe that's the incentive for them to get it done.
That's certainly something we practice too. Okay, so we'll make that an incentive. Smart Sheets is coming too, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
Any further discussion?
Good.
All right. Let's take a 10-minute, we'll start at 7:40 for the regular session.
Thanks, Mike. Okay.